Seeing the dire need for humanitarian aid in Gaza, U.S. Secretary Antony Blinken vowed more relief assistance for the Palestinians an hour before Hamas issued its statement supporting a United Nations truce deal. VOA's Pentagon correspondent Carla Babb tells us more.
As the U.S. delivers new aid into Gaza, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken announced more than $400 million in additional humanitarian relief for Palestinians.
Let's work together to ensure that more aid gets into Gaza and, once it's in Gaza, reaches the people who need it the most.
Hamas says it wants amendments to a U.S.-backed ceasefire plan that, among other points, exchanges Israeli hostages for Palestinian prisoners.
They're working every minute to bring everyone home.
Hours after Blinken met in Tel Aviv with family members of hostages still held by Hamas.
They were elated at the rescue of 4 hostages just a couple of days ago, but they continue to feel deeply, powerfully, this enduring separation from their loved ones.
The UN Human Rights Office said Tuesday both sides may have committed war crimes in connection with the raid that brought the hostages home. Gaza's health ministry, which does not distinguish between civilians and combatants, says more than 200 Palestinians were killed during the rescue. Hamas held the hostages in 2 apartment buildings. The operation required support from Israeli airstrikes. Retired General Frank McKenzie, the former head of U.S. Central Command and the author of the new book, The Melting Point, tells VOA Hamas's use of human shields has complicated Israeli operations.
I think they've been a little less successful getting after senior Hamas leadership because they've chosen to hide even while their fighters fight. And I'm sure they're hidden deep underground, protected by Israeli hostages. And of course, the real hostages in Gaza, not just the Israeli hostages, but the population of Gaza itself, which Hamas has no interest in moving out of the line of fire.
Is Israel's battle against Hamas winnable?
It's winnable if they can fashion a way to a day after that makes sense. But you've got to ensure that Hamas is not part of that equation. I'm intensely sympathetic to the Israeli view that you have to eliminate Hamas. At the same time, I think it's a very high bar to say that you're going to get rid of all of Hamas because it's a revolutionary movement. If you kill 99 Hamas fighters, the 100th fighter is going to raise a bloody hand and declare the revolution.
He envisions an Arab-led force from neighboring nations to help keep the peace in the Strip once fighting is finished. And a true win for Israel and the Palestinians, he says, requires more global investment to allow Gaza to rebuild. Carla Babb, VOA News, Washington.